try that again. Hello, my you friends. Just FYI, I have a super duper scratchy throat today. It has nothing to do with anything other than the changing of the weather. We're going from, 70 degrees, and then the next day it's minus 10, and my throat doesn't like it. I have hooked up my humidifier. I have done everything I'm supposed to. I just can't stop being scratchy. So please excuse that today. I didn't want to not do our live video because my throat was scratchy. All right. So welcome everybody to the Coffee and Crochet podcast with me, Sara, Sach. And I wonder if, I've just wondered who through the world has to do this time change. I don't really mind it when we go towards the summer because we get more light in the evening because I can't see well at night. And so I like that. And I don't really mind it being dark in the winter in the mornings. So I don't know. I think I would rather just keep it to what it is now and not keep changing back and forth. And the truth is, it really messes up my dogs. It's so funny because Rosie knows when it's 2 o'clock. My earring's twisted. That's going to drive me crazy. And anyway, she knows when it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I feed my dogs twice. They eat in the morning at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then they eat in the afternoon at 2. But now Rosie's asking at a time difference because we sprang forward. And she knows she has an internal clock in her body. All righty, let's clink in. Clinkety, clink, clink, clinkety, clink, clink. And let's hope and pray my voice holds out because we have a lot to do today. All right, I'm going to take a good swig of my nice hot coffee. Okay, let's get right to business as to who is the March winner. And just to recap, in this Michael's bag, there are 5 kits designed by Jonah Larson. There's 5 different kits in here, complete kits. And you're going to receive one of our Coffee and Crochet, whoops, that doesn't go in there, project bags. And this is the muslin one. All ready to go. All right, now I want to reiterate what I always say every single week. Never, ever put your email address or shipping address in a comment anywhere, okay? Never do that because spammers are out there trying to get your information. So if you are the winner today, go to the www.poshpoochdesigns.com link. And if you can't remember that, it's down in the notes under this video. Just scroll down and look where it says website. Click that link, and then at the top, there'll be a thing that says contact me. Hit that button, and it'll send me an email right over. All right? So, when you are the winner, I will need your shipping address. Only email that to me. Don't send it any other way. And you'll also get a tracking number so you can track the package. Okay? Are you ready? All right. The March winner of the 5 kits and the bag is Kelly Welch. KELLYWELCH. Congratulations. If you know Kelly, or if you're here, I don't see her name in there, let her know she won the March giveaway. The quicker you send me your information, the quicker I get it out. And I usually go to town and do my shipping on Thursday. So if you get your information to me in the next 2 days, I can get it out on Thursday, all right? So congratulations, that's Kelly Welch. All right, now I've already got stuff together for April's giveaway, and I'm real excited about it as well. All righty, now the next thing I want to talk about is what's in the Premier bag. Now, I've been waiting for this. It's been on back order. And this is some of the new Premier yarns from Premier Yarns. That's funny, huh? Alrighty, so I'm going to move this out of the way because we're going to talk about that in a minute. Alright, so what's in the bag? First of all, I received these. Set this down here. This is called Puzzle Yarn, and it is one of my favorite yarns. You can find these at Walmart. Actually, I saw them there the other day when I was there. This one is called, let me find the thingy. Can't find it. There it is. It's called Hopscotch. Isn't that beautiful? I love this yarn. It's super soft. It is a bulky 5, and I got this color and this color. This color is called Tangram. I'm going to call it Blues. It's also a bulky 5, super soft, and that's 2 of the things I got in the bag from Premier Yarns. And they've been making puzzle yarn for a while, but they're coming out with some new colors that are just super pretty. Let me move my coffee because, again, you know I'm clumsy. Now, what I'm really excited about is what else I have in this bag. Let me move that so it's not so noisy. Now, Premier Yarn has come out with some new yarns. I'm going to click over to our top cam so you can see them closer. I ordered 3 of this one, or 1 of each of these, and 1 of each of these. The blue one, like this, is on back order. Okay, so let's look at these first. This is called Sweet Roll Fruits, and there are, I think, 14 or 15, I can't remember now all of a sudden, how many different flavors there are. All right, I ordered these 3. This one I just loved. It is called Guava. Look at those colors. Isn't that beautiful? Now, these are a medium 4, 100% acrylic yarns. This one is called Lime. Look at those colors. I love when you put lemon or yellow and green together. That's one of the ones I super duper love. And then this one, I believe, is Blueberry. Yeah, isn't that pretty? They're striping yarns, but you can see they're not long striping yarns. Okay? And they're soft, they're pretty. If you've ever bought any of the Premier Sweet Rolls, they're just as soft as they always are. Premier Sweet Rolls are one of my favorite cakes to get. You get 3.5 ounces, which is 174 yards on each one. Okay, and then they have the matching yarns in the sock yarn. And I like sock yarn for making lightweight scarves and shawls. Okay, and you can see this is the same as this one. And these are a fine number 1. And this is the same color as that one. This is the same as that one. This one is on back order. They didn't have that one. These are super popular. They're brand new. Fruits from Premier Yarn. Now, these have 175 ounces, 235 yards. It is a fine number 1. I'm trying to see if it's acrylic. Machine wash, tumble dry. These are so small, I cannot read them. It says 93% acrylic, 7% PBT. I don't know what PBT. I'm going to have to look that up. If one of you know what that is, put that in there. Now, there are a lot of other colors of these. These were just 3 of my favorites. Go to the Premier website, premieryarn.com website, or just put in your search engine Premier Yarn Fruits, and you'll see some of the other ones. They have lots of different shades. These were just 3 that I just totally loved, especially this one, this guava one. I am totally in love with this one, and I think it would be super cute to make a set, you know, with these. Now, this is a sock yarn, and if you like to crochet or knit socks, it's beautiful. But I like to make, like I said, the lightweight scarves and cowls and even hats with this thin yarn. It's beautiful. It's a little bit different when you're sticking with It's 1.75 ounces, she's asking, for this one. And this one is 174 yards, 3.5 ounces. But anyway, when you're crocheting with this really thin stuff, and this has a little bit of stretch in it because it is made for making socks, okay? But it can be a little bit clumsy or hard to work with at first, but it's well worth the trouble because you get really, really pretty things. And I'm looking forward to be playing with these this next couple of weeks, seeing what I can come up with to get the, the best out of these yarns for what they're going to look like. Yes, the dragon fruit is another one that is really, really pretty. But they're really unique. They're not just blueberry and strawberries. They really have a lot more unique flavors and colors out there. But I wanted to show you these. I've been waiting on these for about 2 weeks to get here. I was so excited about them. And then when I opened the package and I saw that my blueberry one like this was on back order, I was a little bit sad, but it's okay. I am going to swing by Michael's today because Michael's is supposed to carry them. I heard Joann's will have them too, but lately my Joann's hasn't been real stocked well. But Michael's is doing pretty good in my opinion. And so I have some running around to do today, some errands, and I'm going to swing by my local Michael's and see if they have some more in. But, and see if I can go ahead and pick up another blueberry, even though that one's coming as well. But anyway, I think it's super fun yarn. I love the ideas of the fruits and the colors that they put together. And like I said, Premier Yarns is one of my favorite yarns to work with because the colors are crisp. They're beautiful colors. A lot of cake yarns that I have, even some of the Bernat cake yarns, the colors kind of bleed into each other. You'll be working with a pink and white and you'll have a spot of gray and you're like, what is that doing there? So anyway, it's just one of the yarns I just really enjoy working with. Plus, these are, like I said, they're shorter stripes. It's not really a variegated. It's kind of like a in-between variegated and striping yarn. All right? All righty. So, Crafty Critter says her first time here. Welcome! And welcome to everybody that's here. All righty. Now, that is our yarn for today. I wanted to show you one other thing. Let me toss those over in a bag I've got ready. I've gotten a lot of questions about these needles. And I'm going to put them down here so you can see them better on this other camera. These are called bent tip needles. And to be honest with you, I have never used them. And so I bought 2 packages of them. I got these at Hobby Lobby for $2.79. Now, I looked for them in the fabric department. They were not there, except great big curves used for darning. I looked over in around like tatting and stuff like that. And I ended up finding these over by the crochet stuff. And a lot of people are talking about how with this curve, it makes it a lot easier to weave in your ends. And so I am going to give it a try this week. I haven't tried them yet. I always used these straight darning needles. They're called yarn needles. I love them. You get a pack of like 4 or 5 and they're different sizes. And I've always used them. They're straight needles. And so what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to give these a try. Bent tip needles. And I can see what they're saying, that it might be easier to weave those ends in. So I'm going to give them a try and I'll let you know next week whether I like them or not. I probably will. But I thought I'd mention to you where I got those. You're getting 2 needles. It's a 13 and a 16, I think. And then it's $2.79 for 2. So that is a little pricey just for 2 needles. So I went ahead and bought 2 packs. But if they work great, it's worth it to have it in your toolbox. And I call my yarn bag my toolbox. Because that's where all my tools are. All right. Let's talk about what we did this week. All right. So let me move that. A lot of you have been sending me pictures of your big striped tote bag. Here's the original one that I made. And then I made this one in these bright spring colors. I just love this. This is a bright spring green. And this is a beautiful lavendery purple. It's more of an orchid. And then this is like a melon or a mango orange, kind of a pinky orange. And just in case you're wondering, yes, these bags are huge. I love them. And I've gotten a lot of questions about why didn't I just use a chunky yarn? And so what we did with this pattern, and I wrote it like 10 years ago with this red, white, and blue one. And what my goal was is to use 2 strands, use some of that medium weight number 4 yarn, and you're going to get a nice sturdy bag. Because, I mean, I have used this for 10 years. It's gone through the wash several times. It's holding up great. And yeah, you're going to get a little stretch. You know, that's normal. But it's a good sturdy bag. And I love it. And the bottom especially is huge. And I said it's okay to have a huge butt with your bag, okay? It's okay. But look how much you can get in there. I mean, that's a lot of skeins of yarn or groceries or puppies. And these are big enough to fit both my dogs inside. Of course, my chihuahuas are 5 and 7 pounds. So, well, in the wintertime, they might be a little heavier now that I think about it. But this is a great bag. It's easy. And this is called the fading technique. We talked about that, how you're fading from one color into the next. And it's really fun. But you don't have to do that. This is all stitched with 2 strands of medium weight number 4 yarn. You can use cotton if you want to. It's okay. Or you can use acrylics or what you have on hand. And it's all stitched in single crochet. So it goes really fast because you're using 2 strands. And it's easy. And although I have made it the length that I want, if you want it even deeper, do more rows. It's pretty versatile. Anyway, this was a crochet along that we did this week together. And I would love to see some more of your bags. You can email them to me. You can post them on the page or in the group. PPD Puppy Love Crochet group. I love seeing them. I love seeing all the colors that you're choosing and how you're doing it. Because it would be super pretty in like an ombre or a long striping yarn. Or if you've got some yarn cakes or just some yarn you have on hand and you think, I don't think those will go together. Do it anyway. You'll be surprised that colors you don't think normally go together really do. The truth is, I don't think there's any colors that don't go together. I love them all. All right, we did that. We finished that up. And then yesterday we did this. And I left it on the blocking board so you can see it. And I'll put it back over here on this other camera here so you can see it. This is our 4-leaf clover 8-inch granny square. And these are super cool because you can make them into lots of things. You can make a scarf, a table runner, a blanket. You can add it on to, say, you're making a scarf and you just want to make these for pockets on the end of it. That would be super cool as well. You can also make, like I said, a tablecloth, table runner. And then you could also make 2 of them and put them together and make decorative hot pads. Now remember, if you're going to put anything hot on them, you're going to make sure you're going to need to make them out of cotton. That way you don't catch your acrylic on fire. But if you're just using it just to protect the table and you want to put like a basket on it or a candle or something, make sure you put a dish under your candle, though. Don't put the candle straight on there. But anyway, they're fun. And I think they'd also be fun made in a banner to like hang up for your St. Patrick's Day celebration. So anyway, and the truth of the matter is on March 17th, we are all Irish. No matter what our nationalities are, okay? We are all Irish. So everybody needs to celebrate just for no apparent reason. I call it there's always a good excuse for a party. Okay, so that's what we did this week. We finished up our crochet along and did our 4-leaf clover granny square. Now, we have some fun things coming. I'm going to be doing a pattern for an Easter basket tomorrow. On Friday, we've got some silly things that we're going to make. Just think bunnies and chicks on Friday. And then next Monday is our snap crappy. No, it's our scrap happy crochet along. I can never say that right, so just excuse what I said. All right, we'll start fresh on that. Next Monday is our March Scrap Happy Crochet Along project. And we're going to make a foot pocket blanket. Okay, and we're going to try to use up some of our blanket yarns. Now, if you don't have any blanket yarns, and what blanket yarns are the fuzzy yarns that are similar to Bernat blanket, and they're usually a bulky number 6. Some of them might be a bulky number 5, but for this project, we're using a bulky number 6. Now, if you don't have any of those left over like I do, I've got a big trash bag full. And I'm mixing them all up, solids and variegateds all on one blanket. And we're going to make the blanket and show you how to make it so it has a foot pocket, so that when you're sitting on the couch watching TV and your feet get cold. It's also a really cool thing for someone who maybe spends time in a wheelchair. You can make it just a little shorter so they can put their feet in it and still put their feet on their pedals. Because, I remember my mom was in a wheelchair towards the end of her life, and I remember her feet getting cold, and we would wrap the blanket just around her feet. And I thought, oh, I wish this had a pocket. And then when I was working on this blanket and designing it, I was like, yes, let's put a pocket in this blanket. It would be super cool. But the other thing is, if you don't have any Bernat blanket yarn, you can use any bulky number 6 yarn for this pattern, and it will still work. Now, if you want to use up some of, say, your medium weight number 4 yarns, you'll have to use 3 strands for the blanket. And I'll talk to you a little bit about that when we do that on Monday. All right. And I'm going to show you also my technique on joining in a new yarn and weaving that in, because with the bulky yarns like that are bulky 6, super bulky, super thick, it's really difficult to get those ends weaved in. And so I'm going to show you that as well, just to give you a few tips on that, because I love working with the super bulky yarns, but I don't like it when they come out. I mean, they're washable. You put them through the wash, and I hang mine up to dry, and then sometimes I'll hang them over the banister on my upstairs balcony, and I'll look at it and I'm like, where'd all those strings come from? All right. So, Heidi says, has anyone gotten the purse kit from Lion Brand? I see they have them at 50% off, and I wanted to know. I have not even seen that. I'll have to look that up and see what they're talking about. It's good. It's 50% off till 3/17. Well, today's the 15th, so we need to check into that, okay? I'll check into that and see. I don't know about y'all, but one of my favorite things to make is purses and bags. I do enjoy it, and they're so usable. And I love that, especially if you make them out of acrylic or cotton, that they're super duper washable. So, okay, we'll check into that. You could probably find that if you just go to lionbrand.com, because they put all their sale stuff right on the front page. The last thing I wanted to tell you before I left, as you can see behind me over here, that I have my Ogo stack has grown. This is Tuesday. So Saturday morning, my husband and I, he needed a drill bit because he was working with our gutters. we ended up with stuff dripping down with all the melting snow. And we're getting more snow this week and rain as well. So he was working on that. So he said, well, let's just run over to Walmart. It's close. So I also wanted to pick up some more pants, because I had some really cute pants for $3 that I like to wear. Anyway, so thank you. I like my glasses too, Elaine. It fits my personality because I like to be sparkly. Anyway, back to what I was saying. And while we were there, we were just walking around looking, and he said, hey, let's go back and check the yarn and see if they have any more of that Ogo for $1. So we go back there, and it was like depleted. There was hardly anything left. But I did get a few more, and they were not marked. And I said, well, we'll just check them when we get to the checkout. They were 50 cents. All right, so those of you who are saying that your Walmart doesn't have them on clearance, on the app, they're showing at 50 cents now. Okay, and the guy at the checkout, because we went to the self-checkout, I called him over and I said, I'm getting ready to scan these. Can you tell me what they are? So he checked on his app. He said 50 cents. So go to your local Walmart and check. If your Walmart is, a little bit away, you don't want to drive the 10 miles or whatever, call them and just ask for the fabric department. Sure, usually there's someone back there because they do cut fabric. And then ask the person, is your OGO yarn on sale? And that'll save you from having to drive out there if it's a long ways away. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that. And the OGO yarn itself is great yarn. It's Red Heart Super Saver and some of the other ones. But I think that the concept just didn't go over well. I wasn't impressed with it. I think if they just do them on cakes, it would be perfect, because yarn cakes are super easy because you can just pull it right out of the center. There's no undoing and clipping and all that stuff. So anyway, one of the things my daughter, she lives down in Mustang, Oklahoma, and she went, I think, to the Yukon Walmart, and then I don't know if there's one right in Mustang. I can't even remember. But I know she went to a couple of them there and pretty much bought all they had. And so that's what people are doing. So, and so if you go to your Walmart and they don't have them, it's because they're already gone. I did see that they were on clearance at Joann's as well, and I believe they were $2.50. So, yeah, they're not on sale as much there. One thing about Walmart is when something goes on clearance, they like to just get rid of it, okay? And the other thing is, if your Walmart doesn't carry it in your area, as Ruth was saying, it's not on her app, it won't be on your app. If your Walmart doesn't carry it, because all Walmarts, I only know this because I worked for Walmart for a lot of years as a department manager, and I was in the fabric department for a while, and then I did some other things. But anyway, there are buyers for every store in every area, and if your Walmart doesn't carry it, you're not going to find it on clearance on your app. That's why I said just make a phone call. The app's great when it works, but it's horrible when it doesn't. It's kind of like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be on aisle 13. No, we moved it to aisle 27. So anyway, just make a phone call. And I know they don't answer their phone real well, but just call and call and call and call. And that'll save you from having to run down there and check it out yourself, unless you're going there. I do not shop there all that often just because, well, I'm not going into any of that, but I just don't, not all that often. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. So as far as what's going on this week or next week, get in your yarn stash and see what bulky number 6 yarns you have. And if you don't, you'll need 3 strands of medium weight number 4. It's a really fun and easy project, and it's really common sense to have that foot pocket in the blanket. And it's something I'm probably going to keep for myself. I'm always saying I'm going to give stuff away, and then I'm like, I'm going to keep that for myself. We'll see. All righty. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for thank you so much for being a part. I was reading a comment. I cannot multitask, okay? I was reading a comment. Let me see what she said. Okay. Yeah, Kimberly says that happened to a blanket that she made for her great nephew. She made it out of Better Baby blanket, and it has a lot of strands on it. Well, another one is those baby blankets with the thinner yarn. You just got to really weave them in. So maybe these new needles that I found will help with that. I'll let you know. All right, I'm going to let you go this week. Thank you again for tuning in, being a part of Coffee and Crochet with Sara podcast, and I'll see you next week.